Hey everybody, this is just a quick orientation video so I can train you through the process of going from image 2D from anywhere to into a 3D modeling program, tracing it and then just working with it. And the cool parts of this is it's not going to make you design something from scratch. You'll be able to take a picture, like that's just a Rutgers logo image, draw over the top of it, so you don't have to design your own. You're just going to be tracing things, and then in doing all of this you learn the program really well, and how to sketch or trace and draw things with 2D drawing tools, and then convert it to 3D models that can be 3D printed. So it's really pretty neat stuff, not so complicated once you get the hang of it. But starting from scratch, when you log in, or create an account, if you haven't created an account yet, the one thing that I'm going to stress is try and go and enter the right unit settings. I'm just going to go over here and preferences. You can change this later, but it's best if you use the welcome setup steps to choose millimeters for your default units right when you start using the program, because I'm going to do everything in metric. It makes it a lot easier to design and 3D print this way. But we can change it if need be, like I just did. I went into my account preferences, and you can change it. But if you don't have this set up right, the drawing setup is going to be wrong from the beginning. So that needs to be said. All right, I'm going to go click on, you could always click on the word Onshape up here to bring you back to your work. The wrong work here. All right, so I jumped around a little bit, but you're going to create a document for the class, and it's going to look like this with the period. You'll just put the letter P and then your period number and then your last name when you create this document, and then you're going to share it with me so we can work on things together, and I can have access to download your stuff and 3D print your stuff in time when you're ready to do that. So you create a document here, call it, again, P for the period, number for your class, and then your last name, or first and last name is good. So create, and you'll have a document. Then you share the document. You can share things with each other, which I'm not saying to do that for stealing work or whatever, but you can do really cool projects by co-working on them and make amazing things happen. So that's what I'm talking about. But you're just, my email address is dbonk@trschools.com, and when you put in a user's email, when somebody's signed up for Onshape, once it sees the email that's a user's address, it'll highlight it, and that's how you know it's a usable address to share somebody or share with. So click share. I'm not going to do that, but have your work shared with me, just so you can see this. There's this menu here, shared with me, and this is everybody's stuff that's sharing things with me. Like, this is an old student who's looking for me to print something that he designed, which I'll always do for people if they want to keep working on things down the road, which is fun. I mean, I got students that ask me to print stuff all the time, and I'm more than happy to. So you'll have these things shared with me, and you can go to owned by me or created by me to get to your file that you work in. And then down here, it's important to see this early on. You add parts in your document by going to this plus button and creating part studios. So and you can right click on and rename or delete. Like I've been creating example part studios, and I don't want all these. Try and stay organized. You can drag these things around and reorganize things too. We'll get into this a little bit later, but you're going to rename your first part studio as the Rutgers R. And then in here. Okay, going over the controls, just orientation stuff. I'm pressing down on the mouse wheel to click and hold and drag. So your zoom is your mouse wheel, your drag is clicking the mouse wheel. Right clicking is how you spin things around. As you roll things around, you're going to see you have this cube up here that you could use also. And if I'm going to have you like 3D print something, you would print it like on the print table, and then you'd put your part on the top here, like facing up as if it were to be printed. And what I'm going to create here is a sketch on this top plane. And then we're going to insert the Rutgers logo by going here, insert image, and then you'll have it here after you import it. So we have to go through this process of getting a picture into the program so you can use it. I'm going to hit escape. I just want to show you that and back out of it for a second so I can show you this stuff. There's certain picture types. Any PNG file or JPEG file will work. If down the road you need one or converted image, you can't find the right picture type. If you want to do a certain project, we can make it the right type. But you're going to have to right click and open these pictures from the classroom in a new tab, which then gives you the download button. If you just click on the picture, you don't get the download button, so you got to right click on it and open it in a new tab or window. Then you can download it to your computer. Alright, so now it's on your computer from the internet, and you've got to put it up into the Onshape program. So I'm going to do this real quick. This happens all the time. You have to know how to get into these sketches, and as you create things, there's going to be a list of your history steps going on here. The first sketch is going to be where you're going to put a picture in to trace it. Up here, you're going to insert the image, but like let's say you mess up, and you close this or whatever, you want to know that you can right click and edit and continue using anything that you've created here. You can delete things that way or whatever, but you just want a single sketch for right now. And then there's different menus. There's two menus. There's a sketch menu and there's a feature menu, 3D modeling menu. When I'm in sketch, you have to be in sketch to put a picture in. It's something people forget. I'm going to go here, import to my downloads folder. I've downloaded this a whole bunch of times. You're going to import it into the program. It's going to come up like this. It takes a second for it to complete and look like a preview image. But at this point, you can still click on it, and then you're just going to click. It's just easier to do it this way. If you just click in the middle of the screen, you let go, and then drag outward. And it's not going to matter how big yet, because you're going to put a measurement on it and make it the right size. So you just click once, let go, and then click again. And it puts down that image. Alright, I'm leaving it like this because it's kind of easier to see what's going on. As you get the hang of this program, you're going to want to do this so you can see straight down on it. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to click the dimension tool. Click the top edge, just hover over it, you'll see it starts to glow. Click, let go, click again, and as soon as you see numbers, you just type what measurement you want to change it to in this program. You don't have to delete or anything, backspacing, that's just wasting your time. Just type in 100 for 100 millimeters in this case, and we'll pop that to 100 millimeters wide, or 10 centimeters. Okay. Then you're going to finish that sketch. This is going to happen in every case, and I'm going to tumble this. I don't have to, but I'm just so you can see what you're doing is you're layering things. This sketch has a picture on it. You want it to, first of all, gray out or dull down. Like when I'm in this action, if I put this picture in and tried to trace over the top of it with the big and bright like that, it's not so easy. If I put it in its own sketch and finish the sketch, whoop, alarm going off. You finish that first sketch, it reduces the color of that image, and then you click sketch, and wherever you're sketching, you're going to click again to create a sketch 2, and you'll be drawing here, and that gives you the ability to hide the image, or hide the whole sketch, which hides that image when you're drawing over the top of this to trace it out and make it a 3D object. So now, again, if you make a mistake, if you close that, you want to make sure that you know how to right-click and edit this. All of your tracing needs to always be in one sketch. You never want to have lines going into multiple different sketches while you're doing this. It'll just cause you a big headache later. No, this is, there's a lot of ways you can do this, which means it's going to be right no matter what. As long as you can get your first 3D object out of this, it's not critical that you're, super precise with any of this, but just ultimately you're taking and moving things around and picking what kind of tools you have. Just standard line, different types of rectangles, 3 different circle options, 5 arc types, 2 different polygon options, which is, you can make those as many sides as you need them to be. A spline, which is a bendy line, we use that a ton. And then something really quick is if you press S on the keyboard, it is a shortcut to bring up this list, and once you understand what you're dealing with, this list can be really quick for you to get to by just typing S. You're hitting escape a lot in this program too, so it's kind of like two-hand control. You got to use the escape key to end your steps often, so always have your left hand on the escape key as you go. It'll make your life a lot easier while you're working on the program. Or over on the left side of the keyboard at least, because you're going to be using escape, and then I use, in this case, the sketch tools by pressing S on the keyboard a whole bunch. Alright, now I'm going on and on, but again, it's just you're tracing this out and using whatever tools you can now. I click, let go, creating lines. Just click, let go, drag it out to the direction I want to go, and click, go downward, click. It doesn't matter that I'm not right on the line. You want vertical to be vertical and horizontal to be horizontal, but being right on top of what you're tracing is not super critical. And I also want to do this quickly for you. Alright, so something just happened. I don't know why this keeps happening. It's like a mouse glitch or whatever, but I'm going to hit escape. It started to draw an arc, and I don't know why, but I want you guys to understand what to do when everything like this happens. If you end a point and you start a new point, it's absolutely critical that you have your points connect, and you'll have an orange, yellowish colored box that indicates those points are going to snap together when you're starting lines. If it's open, it's not going to turn this into a 3D object, so you're going to have to know how to do this. If I want to finish drawing the line, again, I told you with the escape key, you're using escape all the time, and you need to know how to like things like hit the S on the keyboard, click line here, and make your life a lot faster by grabbing these tools from that little shortcut menu. Knowing also you can drag things around the screen as I'm doing this, and it doesn't interfere with whatever drawing tools you're using. So zooming, panning, orbiting, like tumbling the part won't do anything to your sketch tools that you're using. I'm just getting to the point where I'm done using straight lines here. I hit escape to finish that, and then we'll deal with this arc to complete the design. This is an odd shape. Like it's not like a standard piece of geometry. It's like an unusual arc. So the easiest way to get it to work for you is to go to tangent arc, which is going to make the arc start off of this straight line nice and neatly, and go as far as this bend will let you go, where it seems to, it's not going to be perfect, but you go close and get a partial arc using the tangent arc, and then go in here and use the 3-point arc, which is by clicking 2 endpoints and then pulling the arc into position. Again, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to get you pretty close, and that's great. Close is perfect because you're going to hide. You're not going to see the drawing at all when you're done. And you're just learning, so this doesn't have to be exact. The reason that we're also using arcs instead of a bendy line, the spline would be a good tool, but I want to duplicate what I just did to make the black line border easily, and you can't do that with a spline. All right, what I'm talking about is this tool right here, offset. If I click it and click, what you're going to do is drag a box, hold the left mouse button down and drag over the top of all of these lines, and it's going to create a copy. This arrow here is showing you that it's going in an outward direction. What you want to do is pull it inward until, again, this doesn't, I need to zoom in here and see what's going on. I'm too far out. You can go and zoom in and it won't have any influence on what you're trying to deal with here. And again, just getting close. That's perfect. The mouse little icon on the screen says left click, and it's going to finish it. At that point, if you want this to be also changed again or a specific measurement, like you can type that measurement in right now, 2.5, or I'm just going to leave it 2.3 or whatever it was, to change that spacing. And we're just going to finish this the same way we did the outside with the inside of the R. Start off with line up here, trace the outside, click escape to finish this line on the bottom, use a tangent arc to get this close. This one, it works weird, makes it weird and pointy if you use another tangent arc on the bottom. I'm just trying to get it close. I do that. There are some tools where you can I'm not going to get into that yet. You can also grab and you can move things around after you're done just by hitting the escape key. If you're not using any drawing tools, all of these lines you can grab and adjust as you go. So tangent, that's not going to work. Trying to make this, nope, no, hit Control Z. Oh, it's helpful to know as I make a mistake. To undo mistakes, there's undo here, and it also then shows you the command for that is Control Z for undo. Redo is Control Y for redoing and undoing. I'm just going to leave that funny for now, because again, I'm just doing this because it makes it easy to offset this design. If you click offset and then you just drag over those lines and not click one at a time. Again, I just want this for demonstration purposes. This is not precise. You can make it precise if you want to make it precise. All right, but again, it's just a matter of this sketch goes away when you're all done. All right, and the gray lines, or the gray interior, says all of the line points are connected on the outside. If you do this and it's white on the inside, that means there's a break in the sketch. Now, turning this into a 3D object. Here, click extrude. And it's going to grab whatever it sees. But what you can do is click inside any shape and tell it to go 3D or not at this point. So this is going to happen in a couple of steps. We're going to do the inside of the R by clicking on it. Change this to a measurement of, this is pretty arbitrary. You can make this whatever you want. Alright, so the sketch that I just used automatically gets hidden when you turn it. Like this would look crazy if you just kept all your sketch work on as you work. So it automatically hides it, and there's a visibility control here, just like for the picture. You can turn the picture view on and off. You can turn this, turn the picture off, turn the sketch visibility back on, and then I can click extrude again and click in the shapes that I want to be up at a different height here. And I'll just make this actually I want it to be 5. You can just keep typing and editing. And now what you want to know is you'll have the ability to right click and edit and make changes on the fly to update these measurements. The one thing, and this is a little bit more advanced, but it's good to know right out of the gate actually, when you do this, it's automatically going to add the parts together. Or down here you'll see it's all seen as one part. So if I wanted to change the coloring of this, it's going to do the entire part coloring all in one shot. Now if I edit this, I click on it and edit it, or like if you do this right from the beginning, if you hit new instead of add, it makes those inside and outside extrude separate parts, which then allows you to right click and edit the appearance of these parts and change the individual colors. Actually, I'll do that together. So you can change its properties. Oh, and the sketch visibility is what's making this still look all busy. And then the visibility of these when you're done. Before you capture a photograph of your finished work, you can do things like this and make it look nice. Oh, while we're at it, getting into details here, I'm gonna right click and edit the appearance. This is the fun stuff that people like to see. You can change the exact color codes and match things for organizations like Rutgers. Rutgers is a business, but if you look up the Rutgers logo colors, you can find different format codes. The hex is the easiest to copy right here and paste. Just a Control V, and now you get more of that burgundy-ish exact color match, which is cool. So that's the not so short intro, but it gets you through all the basics. And again, everything is shared with me once you've done this, so I can see anything that you'd want to design in 3D print. You'll do this first, and then when I would get you into the Stranger Things project here is going to get you more into using splines and just a greater variety of the sketch tools to get as accurate as you can with tracing something. It's a great practice assignment. So once you've done the R, do the Stranger Things. For other students that are seeing this, you're going to do the R after you've done Stranger Things, flipping it. So I'll see everyone soon. Email me if you have any questions.